What's up, guys? MT. But a lot of you are thinking this is our like 4th or 5th deck video tonight. This is our anti-meta deck. It's kind of the pride of our team. It's very competitive. It's one of the best decks we pilot. It just knocks down every like top deck right now. Infernities, X Sabers, it shuts them all down. It just is a complete lock on them. This anti-meta stun, it's really nice, so I'm going to go through it. Fossil Dyna Pekasophilo is like the key to this deck. It just shuts down special summoning when it's flipped face up. It destroys all special summon monsters, so it stops sinking, it stops Infernities. You can summon that and have a Dark Bribe and a D Prison set, and Infernities is done. They literally cannot do anything against it. It completely changes the game. It shuts the whole game down. Thunder King Rahio, another anti-meta staple, works really, really nicely. You just get him out, gadgets can't search, Sangan doesn't work. You do 1-for-1 sack for synchros. It works really, really nicely. Banishers, triple Banishers, another staple, which removes everything from play. You can summon that on the Tempest Magician OTK, I think it is, and it completely shuts that down.
Yeah. FTK.
Yeah, FTK.
Yeah, I've done that.
It completely shuts that down. It ruins that.
He scooped the second he saw it on the field.
Yeah, it fucks that up. Now against Frog Monarchs, it messes that up big time. Dakoshi, bit of an odd choice for a deck like this. It just is really good draw power. It combos with Book well. Once you have control, it just allows you to draw more cards while they're defending. You get more control. I've actually run people down with Dakoshi before. He's just nice, 1400 hit. 3 Warrior Ladies, just to remove more stuff. Their big hitters get removed from it. She's a staple. 2 Kaikus works pretty nicely. Just also remove their Plague. 1800 is a pretty big hit. The best card, one of the best cards in this deck, Neospatian, knocks their synchros, returns their face down. You can just swarm with tons of stuff. If you have Fossil and King on the field and then summon that, most people will scoop if they know they can't do anything. Book of Moons combo, we use 2 of them. They work well with the Dakochis. They stop the brain control, mess up sinks. They combo well with our one of our favorite cards, 2 Noblemans of Crossout. Once again, guys, if you've been following our videos, we love Nobleman. It works out really well in this format. It destroys Raikou. Everybody sets in this format, and for some reason, everyone passes up Nobleman. You know, I don't know. You know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! This game is confusing as some shit sometimes.
I guess because everyone runs the same engine, and if they Nobleman Raikou, they lose too.
Yeah, like Nobleman is just great in this deck. Dimensional Fist are another thing. It's basically, essentially, it's running 5 Banishers. Like, you play that against Frog Monarchs, they're in some serious trouble. You play it against Infernities, they're in worse trouble. That's why I don't really understand how Infernities are on top right now. Like, if someone was running this, they really shouldn't lose to Infernities. I don't see how they sometimes do. 3 Smashings work really nicely. We got the gold on there. That's kind of cool. Just because we took out Burdens of the Mighty in this deck because it wasn't testing that well. Smashings are just another easy way to get over their big hitters. It doesn't target, so it can mess up some of their big hitters. It takes down Monarchs. Monarchs sometimes show a problem against this deck because it runs over Dino. 3 D Prisons, more removal. Hollows, those are kind of nice. They screw up Starlight. They're Stardust. Yeah, Starlight. I hate that card. Anyway. They fuck up Stardust, they remove all the big synchros, they work really nicely. Dark Bribe, one of the most enjoyable cards ever to play against the opponent. It's just, it completely screws up their big play. Like, you can let them get into a magic engine going, and then, like, in the middle of their key cards, be like, you know what, I think I'll Dark Bribe that. And then, if you have Banisher on the field, it gets removed. It's just really, it's really bad against Infernities, because it's negating their launcher, and then they're adding cards to their hand, which they somehow have to get rid of. 2 Bottomless staple in this deck, messes up their big guys. Oppression, I'm not even going to explain that, like I really shouldn't have to. Then the last 3 Mirror, Solemn, Torrential staples. Our side deck is really nifty for this deck. It just kind of adds on to the anti-meta theme, just kind of pokes away at certain kinds of decks. 3 Doomcow, staple for anti-meta. It works really well against the whole Rescue Cat engine with the spies and stuff. It messes them up. They're really good. Consecrated Lights, also against Infernity, we got our Pokeball one, that's really nifty. Corridor of Agony, just, like, it's really enjoyable. If you get that out against Glad Beast and they can't dust it on like, the turn you play it, it really messes them up. You can Trunate it and then play it again, and their monsters still can't attack. It just completely shuts down that deck. Surprised that deck's doing so well with that out. I think more people should side
A Glad Beast deck once asked what I was siding in. I basically showed it to him and told him he should just scoop.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's
got it my first hand both times.
System down, just for Mechanic Gadget, just shuts that down. Intercept Wave, because this deck Sometimes the Infernity OTK can be a little much. Like if they get the God Hand first turn, that can mess up this deck if we haven't had a chance to put anything into play yet. So we run that. Works pretty nice. And then 3 Dusts for Imperial Iron Wall seems to mess this deck up a lot with the Warrior Ladies and Banishers not being able to remove anything. So Dust is in there. So this deck, we will sell it, but you're going to have to put a decent offer down. All the monsters are pretty much pimped out. Everything is basically pimped out. One of these is common, one of these are rare. These are both common. The books are both rare, but you know, a deck like this, especially with the rarities of the monsters, isn't real cheap. So if you're interested in buying it, like I said, it's very competitive. It works very well. This format really shuts down Infernities and X-Sabers. Post an offer and we'll get back to you. No jokes, please. No $25. No check my list or anything like that, because we're not trading it. But let me know what you guys think. Take it easy.